You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a thing.
All right, good morning, guys. Smarter Options, Ice King here. All right, so yesterday, told you guys I didn't like that pop, and here was why. You know, so this was, let's see here. Hang on, let me pull this. This is VIX. All right, so yesterday, when news came out, sometime right in here, we were developing a bullish div, right? We were not making really any lower lows, but it was much higher lows, and making lower lows down here. So we were evident we were going to get a bounce, and we got this candle right here, about 3 p.m. Eastern, which is a reversal candle, right? And sure enough, we came to the top. The good news is now we're trending down, and now we have a possibility here to go up for the rest of the week. I think you'll see VIX start dropping into open here. You can see it starting to move right now, but we have this trend line. We're getting the curve. We don't have much strength. We're getting lower highs. This is all just a regular pattern, but there's no divergence here, but it looks like it's played out. Now, what looks like we could happen here, right, is we could potentially get wedged for a big move. We just don't know which way that's going to be yet. So we see and then we see. Okay, MNQ, I was also watching that. This is why I held those puts. So same thing, I might have been looking at the 2 hour. I don't know, I was probably looking at the 1 hour. I drew this out. So here was, I'm sure you guys all remember that weird big candle that came out. Even if you're looking at the 15 minutes here, we got quite a wide spectrum move here. On the hour, it's this is the candle it looked like. And then here's an early reversal candle, but we had this top trend, this trend line that we've been interacting with quite a bit here on the downside. We're coming up. This is going into last night, but we're starting to get that curl. And sure enough, by this morning, we're down lower than we were at all yesterday. Okay. Now we are getting a bounce right here. Like I said, I think we'll get a bounce going into open. And then we see also, you can see here, we're getting lower lows, higher lows. Bulls are, and as Amina said, we are oversold. There should be some buyers coming in to jump this back up. The question just gets to be, where does that go to, right? On the short term, I'd have to say somewhere probably between 11.5 and 11.6 on this bounce. And then we'll see what happens after that. MES, which is SPY futures, right? We had kind of the same thing, guys. Looking at these different time frames, but we were just starting to break out here with that info, and towards right after close and towards the end, it started to curl. I was going off of MNQ because I didn't see any clear signs on ES or MES. So I was looking at MNQ because it's going to lead the ES, right? So I look at those. I always look at those technicals and go with those first. Start looking at some plays here. Apple was bearish divs. We're still waiting for kind of some new setups to form, right? But I do like this. I mean, once again, pre-market, we're down, but we are, so if you look here, we're staying pretty flat here, but we're losing momentum. The sellers are losing momentum. Now it might get a little pullback here at open, but I would imagine that gets, with the sellers being weak, I imagine that gets bought up as a buying opportunity for buyers. So we'll see, and then we see, but that's what it looks like it's going to happen probably. I'm gonna get rid of most of my QQQ puts right at open. Hopefully they're still, down in the money a little bit. Let's just see here. Airbnb. Here was a bullish div. This is probably on this is really like a 2-hour bullish div, but still on this curl, pretty evident that was going to be support. Okay. And it is holding a support. Now the price is down. I expect this to be a buying opportunity for the buyers. Yeah, you can see here where sellers are losing momentum, but they're holding the price down. Let's see. BA, I'm starting to like this for a put. You can see that we're getting higher highs, lower lows. Actually, buyers are wearing out on this. And this is where I'm getting some mixed signals. It looks like some of the stuff is getting worn out and tired, but some of this stuff has bounced a lot more drastically than other things have. Right? I mean, this has gone up quite a bit more than what Apple or anything else has. These bounces have been more drastic, so buyers might already be worn out on this. Looking for a potential pullback, right? And then a continuation up. But so far right now, I'm kind of liking that for a put in the short term. Baba. Nothing really showing there. Cat, man, we should hold on those cat puts a little bit longer. We bought 220 puts that were still good through the end of next week. Unfortunately, I got out of them already, so I should have held a runner. But that bearish div played out wonderfully. If there's anything you guys want to see, please throw it up there. CRM, this is good to see. Let's just look at yep. So once again, price is staying flat. Sellers are trying to hold it down, but they're losing strength. Docu. So yes, I put that call out there. I did it a month out. We have plenty of time. Huge gap to fill. Probably some better entries on it along the way. Guys, I'm playing off the hour chart. That's how I'm getting some of these plays where they work out well, but I can't. It's hard to hit the lows when you're playing off the hour chart. But I don't need to hit the lows as long as they work, right? But here we are. It's losing that seller momentum, but yet it's staying flat. Sellers are trying to hold this down. They're pushing it down lower, but yet momentum keeps increasing. So, I mean, our seller momentum is decreasing, and we're going to start getting into buyer momentum here. That's what I'd be looking for. Anyway, that's why I played this call. FDX. This looks good for a put right now. Somebody else brought this up. On the 2-hour chart, though, okay, you can see here I'm still waiting for this to kind of curl, but it is curling there, okay, but we're getting much higher highs. We have earnings coming up, FedEx, and I want you guys just to think about this real quick, which is, what do you think is going to happen here? I mean, so for their holiday earnings, which is around Christmas time, okay, they had an estimate of 4.65. They missed it. And now they have an estimate of 6.89. Fuel is through the roof. And this thing is set up for a nice big short. I'm going to post that today. I'm going to take something maybe a month out, give me a little time, but I think that looks great for a short. Somebody asked about that today in the chat and looked it up, and it looks fantastic. I think they were also looking at a call for CVX, and I thought that looked pretty good also. Yeah, you can see here we're getting what we're getting. This would be for a call. This is oil. Okay, but momentum is coming down again, but it's not. We're not going as low, right? This is showing evidence of as soon as that starts to curl, we're looking for a bounce. If we look at the 1 hour chart, you can see the same kind of thing there, but we'd be looking for it to not get a lower low. So looking for it to stay above 151. And once again, you should take this out maybe a month or so, give it some time, but that looks like a good call. Let's see here. Google. There was the bearish div we played last week. Nothing fantastic on Google right now. Goldman Sachs. There were the bearish divs I was showing you guys. Last week I showed you guys how from this low, right here. What chart was we looking at? We're looking at the 2 hour maybe. Four hour. There we are. Okay, so what I was showing you guys here was on this major sell, right? Bullish divs, which should all be green, but bullish divs would be anytime the price is lower, and then you get a curl on the MACD with a higher low and a lower low, right? Each time this is curled, we've gotten a bounce. Got a bounce, and here it is just now starting to curl again. Right, and the bounces have been going for, here was the one at 310, went to 346. Here was 320, went to 346. So now we were down at 278. So, maybe back up to 320, that area. But banks, if banks are going to start bouncing here, that's also evidence of, like we were seeing in the MNQ, that we might get a bullish run here for just a little bit, or a bullish bounce. And that's all we're going to get, guys. It's just bullish relief. I mean, we're heading into a recession. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to look at here. Oh, QQQ. So here was me charting out yesterday with BTC, which he took that play. And it looked great, right? I mean, buyers were trying to hold that thing up. It was decreasing. When we lost that momentum, it fell. Zooming in a little bit closer here to just yesterday, I was looking actually at the 15-minute chart just to play out for the rest of this week. But yeah, it just wasn't getting. I must not have been looking at the 15-minute chart. I must have looked at. Hang on a second. 30. Oh, it must have been the 60. Well, before this happened, right? On this, because we didn't take it when it ran up. We took it like right here. Price was staying flat. It was coming up. I thought it looked like a good play, so we took it, and now we're dropping to yesterday's lows at least. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we're somewhere close to that this morning when the market opens. I'll be dumping most of those. Teams have anything good? Every once in a while, guys, some of these names that like teams can get some good moves. There was a bearish div, 203 down to 163. That's awesome in a couple days. Nothing really too much right now. I mean, MACD is rising, but this is what I'm really looking for, guys. We're looking for the next setup, right? But sometimes it can take a few days to line up. So that's what I'm watching for. And when that happens, we'll take a bunch more plays. If I can't find plays on the 1 hour, sometimes I go down to the 15-minute and start looking for stuff. Right? So like here's a bearish div on teams on the 15-minute. I mean, really, for the most part, it's not super bearish, but we're getting a much higher price increase than what we are momentum. And the leader's starting to come down, so it's wearing out. And then we are getting a gap down this morning, so that may be the push down. 15-minute chart's only going to be intraday or next day. Still like Walmart. Go to the 1 hour. Okay, we have been in this. We've been pretty much holding the lows here, and meanwhile, the MACD is coming up a lot. Okay. Pre-market is down again. Just looking for the sellers to give up here. All right, guys, that's really all I have today. But that's why I did not like that setup yesterday. We were heading towards resistance. Looked like we were going to gap down this morning. Looks like a way just to trap some people into some calls, probably. But we'll keep watching today. I'll try and post a few more plays. I got that QQQ put. If you're in that, please close out, or most of it. Leave anything, just leave a runner. And I'll talk to you guys in the chat room. Holler at me if you need me.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up.